Hi, and welcome back to Root to Tip. Happy New Year, guys. We are so excited to be here. I can't even explain it to you. Sojourner here, and I'm here with Alan Eschenberg, as always, from Belegenza Extraordinary Hair Care. Hello, Alan.
Hey everyone! Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're so excited. So first, want to apologize. We normally do our videos the second Tuesday of every month, but we've had so much going on here behind the scenes, and we wanted to still do a video for you, even if it's just like a little short video, and tell you about what we have going on this year. And it's so exciting. We have a whole list, a whole lineup of topics that are strictly dedicated to you and natural beauty and natural care, and really just empowering you and putting the control of your beauty back in your hands. And I seriously can't tell you how excited I am to be here, how excited I am to have Alan here with me. And I wanted to go over some of the topics, but now I'm kind of thinking that I want to keep it a little bit of a surprise. So just know it's going to be about natural beauty, about natural products versus the products that you find on the store shelves, and about how to keep that mane of yours still beautiful in the summertime, in the wintertime, and all of that great stuff. But my biggest baby, one of the things that we've both been working on, are these little snippet videos that we've called Simply Put. And they're going to be little tutorial videos for you that's just dedicated to teaching you how to gain control of all of this. So, but without further ado, I know there's some really excited stuff going on behind the scenes at Belegenza with Alan. So I just wanted to go ahead and pass it on over to you.
Wow, I'm nervous now because you said you're afraid to mention some of them because they are so exciting. We have so much to talk about. So if I start saying something, you don't want to go that tunnel, like stick the hook through the camera and pull me off the camera to keep me from saying it.
Oh, you just keep going. It's fine.
In fact, hopefully sometime in this broadcast, we will have Cheryl show off what we've been working on. We were making her own hair extensions for her, and so we might show you where we're starting, where we're going, and a little bit more of that. Yeah, so with all that, Belegenza, boy, I tell you, we've been so busy, so excited. The growth of hair, the growth of the business has been so amazing, and of course, Sojourner, your followers have been growing as well because you've been doing such an awesome job at educating everyone in natural hair. And, people are really looking for the real answers. And, what you don't know, Sojourner, necessarily is that there is a team of people that watches beauty companies across the world, especially here in the United States. And when we start doing work and we start showing it off, these big companies start buying up stuff. They start getting focus groups together to start testing things. And I was just at a CEO's office last week, and she was picking my brain, and I knew exactly where she was going because she was very, very interested in silicone-free and how did we do it. And I kind of looked at her like, seriously? You're really going to ask me those questions?
You think I'm going to give it away?
And you know what I did? I told them everything. You know why? Because no one can do what we did because of the approach that we took. It was so backwards. We backed into the process. We took out the silicones, and then we looked from a pharmaceutical perspective, because that's Cheryl's background, is what were some of the drugs that would make the difference, and we traced them back to their original botanicals. So that's why things in our products are so effective, is because what most people don't know is a lot of the pharmaceutical drugs are based on plants, animal things, animal derivatives, seaweed derivatives, live sea cultures, and they back into it and then they synthesize it. So what we did is we said, well, what are some of those secretive things in the pharmaceutical world? And could we just go to the original source and start from there? And that's how we got our food grade ingredients. That's how we got that springy nature of the seaweed that we have in all the different products. So when we were there at that company, or when I was there, I just said, fine, you can even try to reverse engineer us if you'd like everyone else has. But,
good luck, right?
Yeah, have fun with it. We did. We just happened to have so many experts. Our chemist, boy, not everybody's met him, and we don't tell too much about him because he's our secret weapon. But he was the director of research and development for 25 years from one of the largest personal care manufacturing companies in the world. So anybody who's ever whitened their teeth has used his stuff. Anybody who's ever had acne and used any kind of acne medications or things like that were part of his development. So I give you all that backdrop because we're working on something so new and so innovative in the hair care portion that we can't really tell you all about it at the moment because it's in development. What we can tell you though is that we have been we will be releasing more of it very, very soon, and we've got some work to do, but I want to help your readership, your followership, Rich Sojourner, because so many people are interested in growing their hair faster. And I wanted to back up and really, since we're not releasing these products that you can buy now, I want to help your people, your customers, learn more about their diet and how that affects hair growth. And there's so many misconceptions. So I know that's one of the topics that we have that we're going to cover a lot this year. And so before I go into that now, do you want to talk about any other topics that we'll be covering this year, or do you want to keep those all secret?
No, we definitely can. I mean, some of them, and like I mentioned before, the main things that I want to focus on, especially now that we're in the wintertime, and what you'll see from us over the next couple of months is really how to protect your hair through this Arctic freeze that we are in, or at least here in New York, except for today where it's like poolside warm out. It's like 70 degrees in New York. It's like super creepy, but yeah, it's poolside weather. But yeah, it's about protecting your hair right now, and about the things that you can do and protective styles. And I'm delving into areas that I've never been before, and we're going to start inviting people on into Simply Sigi to start addressing the areas that I necessarily can't address because there's only but so far that I can personally go. And I want to make sure that we're reaching everybody and we're not making anybody feel left out. So that's really what this is about. And as always, feel free to contact me if there are topics you want to talk about, questions, you want to talk to Alan. He is one of the most reachable people you will ever know. And it's kind of freaky sometimes. If I was his secretary, good luck. Like, there's no way anybody would get to him. But I mean, if you guys, as always, if you ever need anything, we're here for you, and we're building this content for you. So if there's something that we're not talking about, come to us, send me an email, Facebook, we're here. My phone number is somewhere on the internet, like very freaky, but it is. So you can call us, and as well as Alan. But yeah, that's it. We have big things coming for Root to Tip, really for you, and we're excited about it. And I know that there's this product that we're supposed to be talking about that I'm excited to get my hands on. Are we going to talk about that now? Or are we waiting for the end?
Yes, we'll talk about that now, because then we'll talk about the hair growth. It's a very exciting product called, well, it's waterproof lipstick, which is kind of off topic in one regard, but you know, who doesn't feel better when they have a little lip color? And you know, the trouble is always, it's always either you're eating it off, or it's getting smeared somehow, or you get it on your clothes, or you have to reapply halfway through the day. And I have to check on this statistic, but I've heard that it's about 1.5 pounds of lipstick that women eat a year.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I don't do it. And when you first started talking about this, I was like,
yeah, I know. But
sure.
The next time you're having an egg roll or a wrap or a taco or anything, and you see your lip color on there, tell me you cut that piece of food off and you don't eat it. No, you just eat it.
You just keep going. Wait. Here we go. Perfect example. Can you see it? Right
I don't see it.
Huh? Hold on.
Oh, there. Yes. Yeah,
see it?
That's a thing of the past.
Right there.
Totally of the past with this stuff. So Cheryl and I found out about this through a client, and we thought she was like, oh my goodness, this is one of those pyramid things. Oh my gosh, I feel obligated. I have to listen to her. And so we didn't listen to her very much, but then Cheryl tried it out, and it was amazing. Her lip was on the next morning. She slept through it. It was amazing. So,
and if I can say, Cheryl is not easily convinced. She's no pushover at all.
No, she was like, she took the tube. I'm going to grab one. I'll be off camera for just a second. I'm going to grab one real quick. She was like, she was over there like this, going, oh. Yeah.
I
No,
can
not a
totally
big
see
no.
it. Oh my God, I can totally see it.
And then I said, well, wait a minute. Like, if waxy lipsticks go into your body because you're eating them, I said, if this stays on the lips, like, because they were making it sound like it was organic and made of, like, apples and oranges and strawberries
And
and
fairy dust and
yeah, it sounded too good to be true. So we looked at it really, and then we started to look at the chemistry of it, because you can look at ingredients, but it's how do they interact? It's like when you cook a food. You can put carrots into a stew, and it makes a stew completely different. But if you just have carrots and uh, cooked alone, they're very, very sweet. So it depends on what
hmm
you combine with. And so when she started looking at the chemistry behind it, and started to see that, oh, well, if this is adhering to the lip and it's causing your skin to exfoliate faster, then obviously the lips are going to get plumper. They're going to get more moisturized. They're going to get younger looking, and that you're only putting it on once a day. You're not eating it off. You have to remove it. You're never really ingesting it. So
Yeah.
there you have it. So it's the safest thing now. So we're going to talk about that. Um, it's a very unique kind of lipstick. So it's not one that you put on the same way by. So
Mm.
you know me, I like my little visuals. So I pulled up a little chart here for you to see.
I love
Uh,
it.
a little closer so you can kind of see. It's a 3-part layering process. So the first thing you have to do is you have to apply to clean lips, and they should be dry for maximum coverage, and for the color to develop fully.
Move
And
it to your left a little bit. Perfect. Thank
yep,
you.
that's good. And so you line your lips just like you see in that first picture. You line the lips, and then you fill it in. Now you have to remember, you can't go back and forth. You don't, like we do with lipsticks. You put it on, you smear it,
Okay.
and then do that.
And all that, and then you blot and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do that with this. You line it, and then you fill it all in one fell swoop, because you're putting it down like a layer of color. It won't be fully developed the first time. You're going to do 3 complete layers exactly the same way. So you line and then you fill on the bottom lip and the top lip. Once that's done, then you
Is it
lock.
enough color? Will it go across all the way through? Because just so you know, I've never tried it, and I was a super skeptic, just so you know. So this is my first time seeing any of this as well.
Yeah,
So is it enough coloring to go all the way through, or does it kind of fade on the?
The first layer, you'll say, oh, this isn't dark enough. I thought it was going to be darker, or I thought it was going to be redder, or I thought it was going to be browner, or I thought it was going to be more, whatever, because it goes all spectrum of color. We have 80 different colors, from almost nude to, almost black, and every red in between. So even our goth kids can get into it, right?
Uh-huh.
So the first layer, no, it may not look like a lot at first. That's why you have to do 3 times. And so you put it on, you line, fill, wait about 5 or 10 seconds, line and fill, wait 10 seconds, line and fill, and that fully develops it. That way you have the full color that is expected from that particular color.
It looks great.
You can also combine colors. So even though there's 80 to choose from, you can layer them together in any combination. Just keep a chart of what you do, because when you find the one you love the most, you're going to want to remember that one. Oh, I put 2 layers of red cherry and 1 layer of bombshell, or whatever it is that you're going to do. Then after you've done the full color development, then you use a gloss, and they have all kinds of glosses. So you can put a gold overlay over it for some evening pop.
Is that gold flakes, or is it like a gold shimmer?
It's a shimmer, just an ever so nice shimmer, and
that's really cool.
It's really gorgeous. And of course, matte colors are really in fashion right now. It's so in fashion that even this company is back ordered on their matte lip gloss. But the reason you have to use the lip gloss is because it seals it. And then also, what will take this off is fatty foods or oily foods. So if you're noshing on lobster and butter sauce that night because you're looking hot and your honey said, we got to go out and celebrate, you better put a layer of lip gloss on first before you eat that. Otherwise, it's going to start coming off during dinner.
Is it sad that you're like lobster and butter and I'm like fried chicken?
Oh, that's good. Well, that one too, maybe.
Truth be told.
So yeah, they're fun to use. They're awesome. The other thing that we love about this, we've started this fun thing where our customers, we say, okay, especially in the evening when they try it the first time, this is going to be on all night because we put it on at 5 p.m. and it lasts up to 18 hours. So when you wake up in the morning, I want to make sure your phone is at your bedstand so you can wake up and do a morning selfie like those soap opera stars who wake up.
That's amazing. That's amazing. As soon as I get my tube, I'm going to do that. I'm going to roll out of bed and take a selfie, and I'm going to send it to you. Like crust in your eye the whole night.
So we've just had a blast with this stuff. So Jenna, you're going to get everybody set up with this later. And I know you're going to love them yourself because there's just nothing like it. We just had a mom walk out a while ago, and she goes, oh, it's so nice to have lip color, and it's going to stay all day. Are you kidding me? Because, she hits the deck running every morning with her kids. And, the owner of this company, that's kind of how she started it, was her son would reach up and touch her lips.
Oh, God.
If I could just have a waterproof one, that would be awesome.
And then once it's on their fingers, that's it. It's all over the car and the walls and the carpet.
Yep. So that's what she did. And it's, become a multi-million dollar business. So, and we know her and love her. And so we'll be keeping you updated on some of the exciting things that we're doing with them as well.
That's great.
We're having a lot of fun. So I wanted to tell you about LipSense and the lipstick. So, Sojourner, you're all set up for that so people can get in touch with you. And I want to highlight the thing that you said earlier is the reason we've been so successful is because we listen to your customers. We listen to our customers. We think that we have a lot to offer because, like anyone else, we think we're the center of our own universe. And, but really, what we learned along the way is, no, be interested in what you, the customer, wants. And so we listen. These brilliant topics that we come up aren't because we thought of them. It's because somebody asked the question and said, hey, what about that? Hey, how do I, Grow Out Spray, for example, was invented because people said, if the Grow Out shampoo is causing my hair to grow so much faster, I'm only using it 30 seconds once every 3 or 5 days, sometimes 2 weeks. The magic ingredients, what if they stayed on my hair 24 hours a day? And that's how we came up with Grow Out Spray. So, we listen to you guys. So all that to say, Sojourner really means it, and we do mean it. When you have a question, no matter how silly it might sound to you or how maybe even insignificant it might sound, it can spur us on to all kinds of conversations. Pardon me. So the other thing that I want to go back to is, we've got some exciting things coming up. You will be seeing Belegenza and Grow Out more and more everywhere you go. But what's the context of growing hair that we learned along the way is diet and food. Because remember, those little follicles are, your hair is trying to crawl through there. And if you've got it plugged up with silicone barriers or plastics from gels or treatments or keratins or things like that, it has a difficult time sprouting through. And when those follicles go to sleep and they're plugged up, they don't necessarily have the full chance of growing. Now, that's what we address with the Grow Out system and with all of our products, is to make sure that that surface is clean, your scalp is healthy, it's respiring, meaning breathing, it's got good circulation. But where does the building material for a hair come from? It comes from your bloodstream. And how does it get there is at the bottom root area. That bottom root area has to have a good supply of building materials. So let me ask you this. If you are building a brick house, is it a good idea to use bricks if you're building a brick house?
Yes.
If you're building a stone house, isn't it a good idea to have stones? If you're building a wood house, isn't it a good idea to use wood?
Yeah.
So you have to kind of consider that your hair is its quality because of the building blocks that you've been putting in. So if you've been putting into your bloodstream through your digestive system via the pie hole.
We all know it well. Points here.
You may have pretty lips soon, but if you're still putting bad ingredients in here, you can't expect good ingredients here. So
Exactly.
the point is that we really have to focus on and really teach people that nutrition is the most important first conditioner. We can condition what you have growing out after the fact, but if you don't give us the best building materials to make the best hair come out first, then we really can only do so much. And we do a lot, but if you really take it upon yourself to really find out what are the dietary needs of the kind of hair you build, basically everybody's hair structure is built of the same types of molecule. So I want to share with you one of the most important things, because we've got a whole diet lined out called Grow Your Hair Faster Diet. And it's available online. It is expensive because it is so interesting. It is so, it's really got the secrets. And it is not your normal diet. It goes completely against what you're learning from your trainers, from the diet books, from Oprah, from Dr. Oz, from all those things. It goes against convention. But we're here to tell you, we've tested it over and over and over. It's based on a lot of the most sound dietary programs in the world. But we've tested it over and over personally, Cheryl and me. We've also dropped pounds doing it. But when we want to speed up our hair growth, we know exactly what kinds of foods to eat. So I'm going to give you a secret, one thing that's very important in the book. And I don't
Wait, hold on. Are we about to get like a super secret? Like, I didn't even plan for this.
Super awesome. This is
super. All right, guys. Yeah. Put your listening caps on. Listening. Go.
Eggs. But we're going to teach you in the book the right way to eat an egg. Now, let me back up. You've heard so many bad things about eggs. It's too much cholesterol, blah, 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 blah. You're going to get a heart attack.
Take the yolk out, eat only the whites.
The whites, all that is not the truth. Not the truth. And I'm sorry to tell you it's not the truth, but let me back up a little bit and tell you why that got put in place. Back in the 60s when they were making the foods for the astronauts in the space program, that's when they did the tests on egg yolks. And they did it on dried foods. I'm old enough to remember this. You guys aren't. But back then when they were freeze-drying foods, they were freeze-drying them so they could take them into space and they would last longer. If there was no liquid in it, it would last longer. And then they would rehydrate it when they were up in space. Well, those tests they did was on dried egg yolk. So let's think about it for a moment. Has anyone ever left their egg yolk on a plate in the sink during the day or maybe even overnight?
Yeah, and then it gets hard.
How did you get it off that plate?
Scrubbing.
It was tough, right? Because dried egg yolk is sticky. It sticks to your arteries. That's what they were doing the tests with back in the 60s, but nobody told you that. They didn't give you that disclaimer. So last week, remember we did a special, or last month, we did a special quick video. We had technical difficulties. We're going to have to do it again because it's so awesome. But remember how we used the egg yolk in the conditioning treatment?
Yes.
There's a secret why. It's because egg yolks are fatty acids. They're liquid until they dry. So that's the secret we're going to tell you about when it comes to how do you eat an egg properly. What is the best way to utilize egg? When is the best time to eat an egg? Because we just had a client in here just this afternoon, and she was explaining that her nutritionist realized in her blood testing that she was deficient in B5, vitamin B5. And she said, oh my gosh, that's why my hair's been falling out so quickly. Yes. And she said, I just want you to eat a couple of eggs a day. And that's just add that to your diet. She said within 3 days, she stopped her hair falling. And her hair has grown in beautifully again. She never has a concern again. Now, that just happened to be her situation. B5 was the one. But the reason the doctor said she was losing so much B5 is because she was under so much stress that it was eating up her B vitamins fast, and B5 went the fastest. So
now can I ask you, do you lose hair and like when it goes from summer to fall and fall to winter, you know how you shed hair, or is that like a myth?
Honey, I've told you you're an animal, but I meant it in a complimentary way.
That's how I feel sometimes. I look at my floor and I'm like, I could sell this.
Because you're so hot, honey. You're like a sex kitten all over the place.
Why do
You're
people
awesome.
keep telling me that?
I know. But the truth of it is we are animals. We just have the privilege of speech and communication and some
Wow.
intelligence. Um, but we too, uh, when the seasons change, depending on the temperature, of course, this year, as you explained just now, Sojourner, we're probably going to start losing hair quicker because the warm weather is kicking back in. But then next week it might be, a blizzard again. So,
Freezing. It's literally 70 degrees outside. It's insane.
yeah, crazy. So our bodies have to adapt to these things, and our bodies do. They're so smart. Think about it. You're not thinking about your heart beating right now. You're not thinking about your digestive system. You're not thinking about anything. And
Blinking, hearing, any of that, yeah.
it just happens. So that same thing with the follicles. They all go through what's called a sleeping phase. There's a fancy name, anagen, and oh, don't give me the line about which phase it is. Anagen, telogen, and whatever. Who cares? It goes to sleep because a hair will grow for so many years, and then it releases. It sleeps a little while, and then it starts growing again. That's the beauty of springtime. It springs forth more because we're more active. We're eating more vegetables, maybe. We're it's a natural process. That's what makes grow out products so effective, is because we found a way to awaken those follicles 27% more at all times. And that's a lot, because if at all times you have a certain number, if we're awakening 27% of those, that means you have maybe 10,000 more hairs on your head that you wouldn't have at the same time.
It's so true. I can't even, I don't know if I've told you this before. I might have mentioned it a few times, but my coworker, when I started working at my current job about 2 years ago, and when I met her, the entire base of her head was bald. And the second I saw her, I was just like, Belegenza, grow out. And I gave her the grow out package. I actually created a little package specifically for her, and she's been using it consistently for the past 2 years. And I cannot tell you, I walk up behind her now and I pull the hair that is now there, like not hard, but I'm like, look at all this hair. It's like long now, and now she's asking me like, when can I go get my hair cut? She wants to style it, and she's never been able to style it before. And I mean, there's just so many amazing things that I could say about the Grow Out program. I mean, my aunt, who had cancer and went through chemo, and called me one day because she walked out of the house and the wind was blowing through her hair, and that like made me tear up. I was just like, she goes, you don't know what that means to me. My hair, the wind is blowing through my hair right now. And I was just like, you know what I mean? I was done. But I can't say enough good things about the Grow Out program, all of it. The Grow Out shampoo, the Grow Out spray, romance, all of it.
Yeah. They all work together, and each one kind of is the baby of another, was born from another. And because what we're really doing is we are, and this is you mentioned it earlier, we're going to talk about conventional products versus our products. Yeah, we're talking about our products, and we're proud to talk about them, and we're going to really, really talk big about them because we get so many extraordinary comments and results. It starts simply because conventional products are made of synthetics that are not compatible with the scalp, and furthermore, not compatible with the hair. But all we really started doing was removing those blockages, those speed bumps, if you will, and just let your body relax, let your scalp relax, and finally just do what it does best, and that's grow hair.
Yeah.
And then when we found out about some of the nutrition that was working on the follicle level a little bit more, we just kept on going, and then discovered Grow Out. So yeah, to your point, we even have children who've had what's called LAS, which is called loose anagen syndrome.
I've never heard of it.
Short anagen syndrome. You see it often in little girls between the ages of 2 and 7, and especially little blonde girls who just have really, really fine wispy hair. And those are, I don't care what age you are, as a little girl, a little boy, anybody, we all walk around with a little bit of insecurity when we have our hair not feeling and looking great.
For sure, absolutely.
Seen so many little kids that are so happy. I mean, we just met one here in North Houston the other day, and she just was beaming, and she used to just have that little kind of like shy way of being, and now she's like tossing her hair around like you know, like a regular little girl now.
Literally, this is me. I love her.
So so anyway, the grow out situation, when it comes to growing your hair, if you're not eating enough excellent protein, and the most excellent protein is an egg, if you're on a calorie restricted diet, you owe it to yourself to restrict that snack in the middle of the day to make sure you can put a couple eggs in sometime during that day. Furthermore, we want to teach you how to eat those eggs in the most healthful way, and show you the magic of the yolk and all of those great things. So, you know, you've got to get perfect protein into your system. The fastest way is through an egg. So we love, love, love our egg thing. And if you think about it, there's so many ways to prepare an egg. I mean, you can poach them, you can boil them, you can fry them.
Hard boiled, all of it, yeah.
There's no reason that could be your morning snack, is 2 boiled eggs in your bag on your way to work, and there's
exactly.
And all you're doing right then and there is feeding your follicles perfectly. You're also feeding your muscles and everything
and
else.
Your body. That is perfect breakfast right there. Exactly.
So it's perfect. I mean, donut, what's that going to build?
Oh, and you always feel like crap afterwards. Don't even kid me. Don't even kid me.
Wonderful egg, yeah.
Yeah, I say waste your calories when it's worth it. If you're going to don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. Don't get their crap. Don't do that to yourself. You know what I mean? If you're going to waste the calories, do it correctly. Until then, eat your eggs. You heard it here first.
Yeah, 2 a day. I mean, you'll start seeing the difference in a month, if not sooner. But if your hair's falling, you really want to get the whole diet plan, because we teach you some things about vegetables that it's going to sound ridiculous when you hear what we have to say in that book. But when you do it, you're going to feel better. You're going to look better. Your skin's going to clear out faster. Like if you're having skin troubles, we handle that in that diet book as well.
Really? And now, is there an alternative for people who might not be able to eat eggs?
Well, yeah, there are ways to find the perfect match. You know, like I love food, and you know, most people don't know this, but there's a reason why they put corn and beans together, is because it completes the protein chains.
Oh, wow.
Alone, like the tortilla and the beans, each have a certain number of protein chains or amino acid chains. When you eat them together, it balances and makes a complete protein. Most people think it's culinary, but there was really a reason back in the day that they discovered eating the beans with the corn made a difference. So there's certain reasons certain foods go together beautifully.
Okay.
We'll just put them together. So we've been studying this for, you know, I say 1,000 years.
It feels like it, I'm sure.
39 years.
He uses Belegenza on his face too. That's also a topic, guys.
Well, how are we? I feel like we've gone over, but I just get
yeah, for sure. Like 25 minutes, but it's fine. It's like, this is what we do. This is it. This is not structured.
Just keep going.
No. First of all, I would never cut you off, because everything you're giving us is solid information. So absolutely not. It was initially scheduled for 20 minutes, but this is what we do. Then we're, you know, if good topic comes up, we're going to go over a little bit, and that's what happened here. And I hope you stayed with us. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, don't worry about it for a second. If you want to bring Cheryl out, and that's still fine.
You want to see, okay, guys, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing a weekly thing. Cheryl said, okay, I want a new look. And I said, how about we take your old hair, make extensions out of that so we can, you know, use those later. We did a video. It's going to be posted soon about how to do this. And Cheryl,
I'm going to have to pull pictures of Cheryl so people could see what she looked like before with those long, gorgeous locks she had.
Right. And now she's got the cutest new look that we just used taffy on her hair. It's been drying naturally. There you are.
Hi, look at this. It looks so amazing. And that's all you did was taffy?
Yes. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Ribboned it through and twisted it and said, go dry. And
so you ribbon and then twist. Wow. It looks great. You look phenomenal.
You see how short it is now. We're going to see a progress of how it's going to grow out quickly, because that's the next game.
I can already see the curls right there. Yeah. Looks great. Bye.
She's got the lip sense on, right?
Mm-hmm. What color do you have? Nothing. Wow, look at that's a perfect commercial.
Right?
I'm
What
wearing
color?
dark pink.
Dark pink. I love it. And what about you? You have some on too, or no?
I wasn't going to out myself today, but you outed me.
Sorry, never mind. No, he doesn't. You could have said no, not today.
So perfect. I mean, they're so natural. We
I
found
can't even believe you have anything on. That's incredible.
Well, you know, working in Hollywood, everybody, men, women, children, they all have to wear a bit of makeup just to make sure it's perfect on camera.
Yeah.
And I had gotten to a point where I was getting gray. And I was just about to ask the top makeup artist, who's our liaison there at the local 706 in Hollywood. And I was just about to say, can you recommend a lip color for me?
What do I do?
Look right. And I found it. This is called apple cider. And all I do is I just one layer, and I break the rules. I press it on, and I get one perfect layer, and it does not come off all day long.
Wow.
Still, I'm eating lobster and fried chicken. And
That must mean we're together on a hot date.
I'm telling you, fried chicken's included in that diet too. So don't think it will take you down the wrong tunnel.
Ooh. Now, is it that baked fried chicken or no?
No, it is deep fried, honey.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna talk about this more. For sure.
All right, darling. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And guys, was there something else you wanted to go say it?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go for another 4 hours, but no, they're gonna have to tune in. Y'all have to tune in next time.
Well, you heard it from the man here. We have to tune in next time. Thank you so much, Alan. Again, I cannot thank you enough for just being this solid force in this movement. And love you. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, for showing me that beautiful hairstyle and probably inspiring me to lose my boyfriend if I cut my hair. But
Mine doesn't know about it yet.
Huh?
Mine doesn't know about my short hair yet.
Ooh, next episode.
But wait, we'll be able to add her extensions back. Wait till we show you that.
I can't wait to see that. So I was going to ask questions, but I'm not. We'll wait until the next episode to talk about that. Cheryl, you look beautiful as always. Thank you so much for stopping by this episode.
My pleasure.
Thank you, everyone, for stopping by again. Stay tuned for our next episode. Obviously, next month is February. The second Tuesday of that month is the 14th, so we're actually going to do it on the 15th. So, as always, stop by, like us on Facebook, subscribe to this page, and we're always here for you. So, if you have any questions or comments or topics, just drop them here. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.